Welcome to It's Your Life, Have It Your Way. I'm Jeanette Larsen, your host, and we're brought to you by Growth Unlimited. We've been talking about crisis fatigue, and today we're going to discuss the people who can have crisis fatigue and how your family can actually be affected. So, is your family suffering from crisis fatigue? We're going to find out today. Okay, crisis fatigue can actually happen to just about anyone. It's a mechanism that we use to cope when things are just too difficult for us to cope with in ways that we would normally cope with them. There are symptoms that can be recognized by other people who care for us that will indicate that we're having some difficulty with crisis fatigue. And today, in today's episode, we're going to talk about some of the symptoms and indicators that may occur in children and teens, in adults, and in elderly family members, so that as you're going through your day-to-day business, you can recognize if someone in your family or someone you care about is in trouble. Okay, for children, one of the things that you might want to keep an eye out for are things like excessive crying or irritation, irritability and acting out behaviors in teens, and returning to behaviors that they've outgrown. For example, things like bedwetting or toileting issues, or even sometimes biting nails or chewing on hair. Things that are maladaptive behaviors that you thought they'd outgrown. Excessive worry and sadness. Unhealthy eating or sleeping habits. Things like insomnia or waking up repeatedly at night. Poor school performance or avoiding going to school. Avoidance of other activities that they have enjoyed doing in the past. Unexplained headaches or body pain, use of alcohol or drugs. And in terms of sleep disturbances, nightmares and bad dreams can be indicators that they're being overly stressed. Okay, in adults, look for adults who are detaching from interacting with other people. Look for insomnia, nightmares and bad dreams, a lack of motivation to get the things that they know they need to do done, or a lack of motivation to try to make things any better. Unusual anger or extreme sensitivity in their emotional state. Memory loss, not remembering things accurately that they should be remembering accurately, or coming up with different scenarios that did not actually occur. Maybe something happened, but the outcome was different than they're remembering it. Difficulty making decisions and making changes that they need to make. Reverting to immature coping mechanisms such as name-calling or blaming or explosive anger, temper tantrums, these kinds of things. Avoiding things that they need to do. Expressions of feeling jumpy or unsettled. And out of the norm, inappropriate use of alcohol and drugs. In terms of elderly family members, all of the things that you would find with adults and sometimes with children may show up with the elderly as well. But specifically, pay attention to things like changes in eating habits, such as overeating or loss of appetite, just not eating at all. Mood swings due to stress may be present, and they may cause increased irritability, sadness, or just depressive behaviors. Memory issues, increasingly forgetting names, places, or other things that would normally come naturally to them. Inability to concentrate on what is going on on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes some seniors will exhibit poor judgment, perhaps misuse of funds, or taking risks that they would not normally take, things that they would not, or excessive spending when they're already on a limited budget. Physical signs of stress can include things like body aches and pains, or increased episodes of illness, changes in their sleeping patterns, either having difficulty falling asleep or interrupted nighttime sleep. And then seniors who are experiencing extreme stress often isolate themselves from other people, refusing to socialize or participate in activities that they used to enjoy. If you notice any of these kinds of behaviors in the people that you care for, pay attention to what's going on. Start by talking with them, help them to understand, to see if there is something that you can do to help. Letting someone know that you recognize that they're struggling is helpful in that they feel like they're not alone. And that's a beginning step towards dealing with it. If you need to get them help from a professional, visit the doctor or a therapist or a life coach to help them deal with these stressors that they're struggling with. And if you notice any of these things in yourself, reach out for help. Don't wait until you fall into anxiety or depression, because it just creates more of a problem for you later on that's even harder to resolve. So take control of your life. Take care of things that need to be taken care of. Thanks for joining me today. And next time we meet, we're going to talk about some specific things that you can do that are interventions for helping people deal with stress. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And visit us at www.growthunlimited.org. Invite your friends to join us. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you